Hi friends, today let's solve AP ESET 2020 maths questions. So let's go to the first question. This is related to matrices. So you have a 2 by 2 matrix. So here you have an equation a square minus ka minus 4a2 is equal to 0. First I will find out a square. 3114. A square is 3114. 3 3s are 9. So 9 plus 1 10 and 3 ones are 3 plus 4 7 and 1 into 3 3 plus 4 into 1 7 and 1 into 1 plus 4 into 4 16 17. So I can simply directly write the equation a square minus ka minus 4i2 is equal to 0. So 10 7 7 17 minus k into a is 3114 and I is 1001, which is equal to 0. So I'll directly take the first one. 10 minus 3k minus 4 is equal to 0, which implies 3k is equal to 6 or k is equal to 2. So the answer for this is k is equal to 2. So next, question number 2. So given the matrix is a skew symmetric matrix. So we also know for a skew symmetric matrix the condition is A transpose is equal to minus A. So here the matrix given is A. So A transpose will be 0 2 1 minus 2 0 minus 2 minus 1 x 0. So I am converting all the rows into columns, which is equal to minus of a 0 to 1 minus 2 0 minus 2 minus 1 x 0. So I can simply write minus 2 is equal to minus x or x is equal to 2. So the answer is third option. Next, in this case I have a condition a plus b plus c is equal to 0 and one of the root is 0. So I'll simply do a column operation by adding this column R2 and R3 to R1. So the operation will be something like a minus 6 plus c plus b, c plus b minus 6 plus a, b plus a plus c minus 6, and I'll be left with the other columns. So simply R1 plus R2 plus R3. R2 and R3 are added to row 1, A, C minus 6. So if you observe clearly, A, B, C are added, so it is 0. Here also A, B, C are added 0, and here also you have A plus B plus C as 0. So I can simply directly write it as minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. And I will be left with C, B, B minus 6, A, C minus 6, which is equal to 0. So if I take x common, minus 6, 1, 1, 1, C, B, B, minus 6, A, C minus 6, so next, so here if I simply take this a plus b plus c minus x as, if I take a plus b plus c minus x common, I will be left with 1 1 1, c b minus x, a b a c minus 6. Now this is equal to 0. If you observe, if I equate, for example, if you have an equation x minus a into x minus b is equal to 0, if you equate this to 0, this to 0, similarly I can equate a plus b plus c minus x is equal to 0. Now already it is given a plus b plus c is 0. So 0 minus x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 0. So you have your first option as your answer. Next, cofactors. So we are asked the cofactors of 2 and minus 5. So cofactor of 2 is simply draw a line like this. You will be left with minus 1, 5, minus 4, 3, which is minus 3 plus 20, which is 17. And then cofactor of minus 5. So I will simply draw a line. So cofactor of minus 5 is again minus 1, 5, 4, 1 minus 2. This is 2 minus 5, which is minus 3, 17 and minus 3. So you have your second option. Next, so this is also related to matrices. Find the solution. So in any problem where you are supposed to find the solution, simply go by substitution method. So see all the options and equations. So if you observe one of the equation, you have the sum of the roots x, y, z is 6. So see the roots of all the options. If you just see by trial and error, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 is minus 6, minus 1, minus 2, 3 is 0, minus 1, 2 and minus 3 is again 2, whereas 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Just by seeing the option itself, we can generalize the answer as option number 4. Now this question is related to partial fractions. So here, if you remember your partial fractions, you can, if you multiply both the sides with x minus 1 whole cube, you will be left with 2x plus 4 is equal to s into x minus 1 whole square plus s2 into x minus 1 plus s3. So just by comparing the coefficients, we can get it. So 2x plus 4 is equal to s1 into x square plus 1 minus 2x plus s2 into x minus 1 plus s3 into 1. So we will be left with 2x plus 4 is equal to, I will write the coefficients of x square, which is s1, and x, which is minus 2s1 plus s2 plus constant s3, which is s3 plus s1 minus s2. So if you compare the coefficients, you will be left with the option s1, which is 0. Next, minus 2s1 plus s2 is equal to 2. Already s1 is 0, therefore I will be left with s2 is equal to 2. And the last equation, s3 plus s1 minus s2 is equal to 4. Since s1 is 0, I can simply substitute s3 minus 2 is equal to 4, or I have s3 is equal to 6. So if you observe the relationship between s3 and s2, so here the question is summation of s1 plus s2 plus s3, which is 0 plus 2 plus 4, 6, which is 8. So if you see 8, I can't write it as a multiple of s3, whereas I can write it as a multiple of s2. So the answer is 4x2. So similarly, this question is also related to partial fractions, where you have to multiply the both sides So first of all, there is a concept of rationalization here. So if I just cross multiply this to this side and this with this side, I'll be left with 3x cube minus 2x square minus 1 divided by denominator is equal to ax plus b into x square plus kx plus 1 plus cx plus d into x square plus x plus 1 divided by multiplication of this x square plus x plus 1 into x square plus kx plus 1. So if I observe, the denominators are supposed to be equal, therefore I will be left with an equation x square plus x power 4 plus x square plus 1 is equal to x square plus x plus 1 into x square plus kx plus 1. So if I do the multiplication, I will be left with x power 4 plus kx square plus x square x cube plus x cube plus kx square plus x square plus kx plus 1. So I can simply write this as x power 4 plus 1. This I can simply write it as x square plus 1 whole square minus x square, where this is in the form of a square minus b square. So I can write it as in the a plus b into a minus b. So x square plus 1 plus x into x square plus 1 minus x. So if you observe this simply, you can get the value of k as minus 1. So this value sine 780 into sine 480. So I can simply write this as sine of 720 plus 60 into sine of 480 can be written as so in terms of in multiples of 90, and also I can directly simplify it to write as sine of 90 plus 30, and for cos 120 I can write it as 90 plus 30, and sine 330 as sine 360 minus 30. So if you substitute the values, sine 70 plus 720 plus theta will be sine theta, so I can simply write as sine 60. And similarly here, cos 480 as nothing but in multiples I can write as cos 30, and here cos 90 plus theta is minus sine theta, so I can write it minus sine 30, and here also sine 360 minus theta is minus sine theta or minus sine 30. So I will be left with root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. However, here you have another minus, so it is 3 by 4 minus 1 by 4 or 2 by 4, or the value is 1 by 2. So the next question number 9, this is related to quadrilateral. So I can simply write the quadrilateral A, B, C, D, and whatever is given is the angle of the opposite angles, or I can write it C and D. So A plus C is 180, and similarly B plus D can be 180. Now here it is given as cos A cos B plus cos C into cos D plus cos D. So from this I can get A is 180 minus C, and from here I can get B is 180 minus D. So if I can substitute this here, I can get cos 180 minus c plus cos 180 minus d plus cos c plus cos t. Cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, and here also similarly minus cos d plus cos c plus cos t. So this and this and this get cancelled, and we'll left with answer as 0. Next, tan theta is 4 by 3. So in this case, if tan theta x by y is 4 by 3, I'll be having z as root over x square plus 3, 5. Therefore, sin theta will be 4 by 5. Now, the question is 1 minus 4 by 5 divided by 1 plus 4 by 5, which is root over 1 by 5 divided by 9 by 5, or simply 1 by 9 square root, or 1 by 3 is your answer. So next, the period of the function mod sin x. So sin repeats at every pi. Here the value, it is given as modulus. So mod x has a definition. Mod x is x when x greater than 0, and minus x when x less than 0. Very important. The student has to remember this. So simply for sin x, if it is 0 to pi, so when you apply a modulus, the value is supposed to be only positive, or I will be moving this to this. So I will be left with period as pi. Next, tan 1 into tan 2 into tan 3. This is also a tricky question. So I will just try to see this 2. So 1 plus 89 is 90. So I have an inequality tan A into tan B is equal to 1 when A plus B is 90. So if I multiply tan 1 into tan 89, I will be left with 1. So if I do all the combinations, tan 2 into tan 88, similarly I will get 1. So of all the multiplications, I will be left with 1 into 1 into 1 into 1. So the answer will be 1 only. So next, the value of cosecant square plus secant cos x square plus secant square is value is always. So here I can simply take it as, if I take cos x as x, secant x is 1 by x, or I will be having x square plus 1 by x square as a function. So we have an inequality AM is greater than or equal to GM, arithmetic mean and geometric mean. So if I apply this here, so x square plus 1 by x square by 2 will be always greater than x square into 1 by x square, or I can write x square plus 1 by x square is greater than or equal to 2. Here x and secant x and secant x can be replaced by cos x. So cos square x plus secant square x will be always greater than 2. The answer is option number 4. However, in exam key it is given as this, but the answer is this. So the next question, this is a tough question which is a homework question which you have to solve. Next, tan inverse 2 plus tan inverse 3. Because x and y are both greater than 0, xy is greater than 0, the answer will have pi plus tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy, or pi plus tan inverse 2 plus 3 divided by 1 minus 2 into 3. This is simply pi plus pi by 4, which is 3 pi by 4. Now let's go to the next question. Sin inverse x is equal to sin inverse a. Generally, sin inverse, if you see the sine wave, its value varies from plus 1 to minus 1. So similarly, sin inverse x will have a boundary of pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. However, here it is given sin inverse x is 2 sin inverse a, so I will substitute it 2 sin inverse a less than or equal to pi by 2. Now if I divide the total in equation by 2, I will be left with minus pi by 4 less than or equal to sin inverse a less than or equal to pi by 4, because I am subtracting all the equation by 2. Now if I apply a sine of minus pi by 4 to all the equation, sine of sin inverse a is a and sine of pi by 4, I'll be left with minus 1 by root 2 less than or equal to a less than or equal to 1 by root 2. So see the equations. So the value of a is not 1 by 2. So these two options are gone. So I'll be left with these two options. So see this inequality, it is having inequality greater than 2. But however, we got it with limit of this. So the answer is this. Next, we have two equations. Find the solution of the set of equations with x plus y is equal to 2 pi by 3 and cos x plus cos y is 3 by 2. So here if x plus y is 2 pi by 3, so y is simply 2 pi by 3 minus x. So I will substitute the same in this equation. Cos x plus cos y is this 2 pi by 3 minus x, which is equal to 3 by 2. So if I apply cos a plus cos b formula, it will be 2 cos a plus b by 2 cos a minus b by 2. So here it will be 2 into cos x plus 2 pi by 3 minus x divided by 2 into cos x plus 2 pi by 3 minus x. Sorry. So if I take a as x minus 2 pi by 3, minus of minus x is x is equal to 3 by 2. So here this gets cancelled and this gets cancelled. I will be left with 2 cos pi by 3 into cos, here also if I do the by 2, so I will be left with x minus pi by 3 is equal to 3 by 2. So cos pi by 3 is cos 60, or I will be getting 2 into 1 by 2. So this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. I will be left with cos of x minus pi by 3 is equal to 3 by 2. But if you remember, the value of sine or cosine always lies between plus 1 and minus 1. But the RHS has 3 by 2, which means this equation is not solvable. So if you see these options, this is eliminated, this is eliminated, it can be 5 or 0. But even 0 is outdated because cos of you are getting RHS as 3 by 2. So I will be left with answer as this option. Now next, this is related with your complex numbers. So z is given as 7 minus I divided by 3 minus 4i. So now I will do a rationalization. Multiply the denominator and numerator with 3 minus 4i. I have to multiply it with 3 plus 4i. Similarly, numerator also 3 plus 4i. So I will be left with some 3s are 21 plus 7 4s are 28i minus 3i plus minus 4i square. divided by a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So if I simply write this, I'll be getting it as 21 plus minus 4i square is 4. So 25 minus plus 25i divided by 9 plus 4. 9 square plus 4, 3 square, which is 9, and 4 square. So I'll be left with 25 plus 25i divided by 25. So this is simply 1 plus I. So if z is 1 plus I, now if I just multiply a root 2, can be written as 1 by root 2 plus I by root 2, or I can write it z is equal to root 2 into. So if you remember Euler's formula, e power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So similarly here you will be left with cos of pi by 4 plus I into sin pi by 4. So I can simply write z is equal to root 2 into e power I into pi by 4. But the question given is z power 14, which means, so root 2 is 2 power 1 by 2. Z power 14 will be into 14 into e power I pi by I into pi by 4 into 14. So 2 2s are and 2 7s are. So this will be z 2 power 7 into e power I into 7 pi by 2. So we have to remember 7 pi can be written as 6 pi plus pi by 2, or I can write it as 3 pi plus pi by 2. Now again I apply Euler's theorem here. So I will be left with 2 power 7 into cos 3 pi plus pi by 2 plus I sin 3 pi plus pi by 2. So if you observe this, cos of anything plus cos 90 is 0, and sin of 3 pi by 2 is sin 90. So I will be left with 2 power 7. So this is a tricky question. Next we have question related to I power. So simply student has to remember I power 4k plus n is 1. So I square is equal to minus 1. This is the basic equation which you remember. So if you see all this, the value is equal to minus 1. As here it is an odd term. So simply remember summation of I till odd terms will be minus 1. So the next question is find the equation of a polar of minus 2 comma 3 with respect to this equation. So the equation will be x into x1. So x1 y1, I can take this as a point x1 and y1, plus y into y1 minus 4. I will be replacing x with x plus x1 by 2 and y with y plus y1 by 2 plus 5 is equal to 0. So this is the equation of a polar which the student has to remember. So given x1 is minus 2 into x, y1 is 3 into y1, minus 4 into x minus 2 divided by 2 minus 6 into y plus 3 divided by 2 plus 5 is equal to 0. So minus 2x plus 3y. So 2 2s are minus 2x plus 4, 2 3s are So I can write minus 3y minus into minus is plus and minus 3 5s are 3 are 9 plus 5 is equal to 0. Or I will be having this y and this y is cancelled. So I will be having an equation with only x which is equal to 0. This is my answer. So next, so a parabolic arc has a height of 12 meters and span of 20 meters, and the height of the arc is 5 meters away on either side from the either side of the center. So now imagine this. He said that it is a parabola, so I am imagining like this, because he has given the height as 12 meters and the span, the total span is 20. So here it will be 10 meters, and here it will be 10 meters. So I can simply write this point as minus 10 comma minus 12, and this point I can write it as 10 comma minus 12, and this point is my origin. Now what is he saying is the height, there is an arc at this particular point. So he is asking what is the total length from this point. So I can simply write this as 5 comma, because this is 5 and I have it in this particular axis, therefore it is minus y1. Now this equation is x square minus 4ay parabola equation. So I will try to substitute this particular point 10 comma minus 12. I can substitute any of the points. So x is 10, 10 square is 100, minus 4 into y is minus 12 into a. So first I am supposed to calculate the value of a. So 100 divided by 48 is equal to a, or a value is 25 by 12. So I have the equation as x square is equal to minus 4 into 25 by 12 into y. Now I will substitute this particular point, because I am supposed to calculate this value. So here 5 comma y, if I substitute, it is 25 is equal to minus 4 into 25 by 12 into minus y1. So 25 for 3's, I will be having y1 is equal to 3. So we got the value of y as 3, but the total height is 12. So we have to subtract this 3. So 12 minus 3 is 9. So this is your answer. So the next question. So length, here the eccentricity of ellipse whose lattice rectum is 1/3 of its minor axis. So the length of lattice rectum is 2b square by a, and when the minor axis is 2b, but however it is given 2b square by a, the length of the lattice rectum is 1/3 the minor axis. So this is the equation of what is given. So I can calculate the things. So I will be getting b is equal to 3a. Now eccentricity formula is given by b square minus a square by b square under square root. So I can write 3a whole square minus a square divided by 3a whole square under square root. So I will be left with 8a square divided by 9a square, or I can simply have it as 2 root 2 by 3. This is this option. So the next question, a conic section is given with eccentricity 3. Simply student has to remember, if e is greater than 1 it is hyperbola, if e is less than 1 it is ellipse, if e is equal to 1 it is parabola. Since it is greater than 3 by 2, I can simply take it as hyperbola. So the next question is focus of parabola. Here we have h comma k also, where k is equal to 1 and h is equal to 3. This is from the x part and this is from the y part. And also we have 4a is equal to 8 or a is equal to 2. Now the focus is simply h plus a comma k. So I have h as 3 plus 2 comma k value is 1, which is 5 comma 1. So today's last question, which is half of our maths. So the tangents are drawn from a particular point or parabola. So the point P lies, so this basically is the directrix because it is perpendicular to parabola, because the directrix is the point where you have this concept of perpendicularity. So directly the student has to remember the point is at the directrix because it is perpendicular to each other. So I'll stop it here.